What is goody, y'all? It's your boy, Shacked.
And I'm Bolo, and welcome back to Q The Breakdown. Today we got a very special episode. We got our Season 1 finale with the bass tech king, Forbes.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Dude, thanks for pulling up, man. I'm glad we timed this up. You're in San Diego for a show tonight, right?
Correct, yep.
Super sick, man. I know we tried to time it up last time you were in San Diego. Didn't work out. We all got busy schedules. It's all good. But here we are.
We're here. Let's do it.
Welcome back, bro.
Thank you.
You should damn near be paying rent out here. I feel like you're here all the time.
I know, right? I had to step away for a bit, but I was here like every weekend over the summer, and it got a little dangerous.
Dangerous is a fair word.
PB.
Yeah. We're in the heart of it.
Last time you were out here, we played like a after warehouse party?
Yeah, it was in a sauna.
In a sauna,
Yeah.
It was.
It was like
Hot
120
yoga.
degrees for sure.
Dude, that was sick though. That was sick. It was hot as balls though.
Yeah, that was honestly a lot of fun.
It was like standard warehouse afters rave party.
Just straight sweat.
Just 20 degrees hotter than you would imagine though.
Yeah.
No one was ready.
The party's all outside, and there's like 10 people inside with me.
Yeah.
Dripping.
There's a 300-person venue with a 20-person capacity balcony, or not balcony, but like outside space, and then there was 300 people on the 20-person balcony.
Yeah, that's a fact. What are you in town for tonight? You got a show with who?
It's Wicked Warehouse. So Disco Lines, Broken Future, and myself.
Let's go. That's sick. Big warehouse guy, huh?
Oh, yeah. I mean, you got to keep it at the roots.
Yeah.
Facts, bro. Honestly, Disco Lines is sick, though. He popped off this year.
Oh, yeah.
That fool's killing it with the TikToks.
You want to be a TikTok superstar so bad, Bolo. I know you do.
No, I don't. I just want people to hear my shit, and TikTok is the spot to put it on.
I feel like TikTok there's such a fine line between, like, being an artist and being an influencer. And, like, balancing the two of those is, like, it's an art because, like, you could get caught really going down, like, the rabbit hole of being an influencer, you know? And I felt like early in this year, I kind of was focusing a little too much on, like, skits and, like, being funny.
On influencing?
And it didn't really, like, correlate so much to the music, you know what I mean? It was like, it's like you live and you learn, but, like, TikTok is a great platform. It's just very, like, you got to be careful because it's all branding.
Right.
And it's like, at the end of the day, what is your sound? What is your brand? And it's very interesting to see people balance the two on socials. It's an art.
It is. Some people do it super well.
Yeah.
I'm working on it.
You're doing great, kid. I just got to give you shit every time.
I feel like
please silence your cell phones, though. We're shooting a podcast here.
Jacob is calling.
Oh.
There's like a fine line, though, too. I feel it at least when I'm like trying to shoot some TikToks and shit where it's like damn near cheesy, but it's like, dude, you got to send it, you know?
Yeah. I think if you like make it about the music first, then like for promo, if you look at Dylan Francis or any of those cats like Diplo, like it's all about the music, but it's them being goofy and like just free spirited. And that's where like people can laugh, but at the end of the day, like it's about the music,
right? And
that's the thing they like you have to focus most on.
That's a fact. That's a good note right there. You've been killing it this year, though.
Thank
you.
Like
this is the first year we got to really tap in, but I see you've been smashing over in LA. I see you slowly taking over San Diego now. Are you from this area originally or no?
I was born and raised in Arizona.
Okay.
So I'm kind of new to this area, San Diego. I mean, obviously I've traveled here being from Arizona, but it's a year and a half, so a new territory, so it's exciting. And I feel like out of anything, San Diego is more of a home than LA, honestly, because like just the vibes down here and the people and like the friends that I have down here, just it's that family connection, you know what I mean? So like I have a lot of respect for San Diego and the culture down here as a whole, and the scene is growing a lot, so it's exciting.
That's true.
Yeah.
How would you say like competitiveness LA compared to San Diego? How does it compare?
I think at the end of the day, like you look at LA and it's a world market. You know what I mean? It's true. There's something for everyone. And not that San Diego isn't right there. It's just a smaller market. You know what I mean?
Right.
And the talent coming out of San Diego and the push with like DJ Susan and Burko and like Hood Polly and FOMO and all those boys, like there's a lot of noise down here. Mm-hmm. And it's exciting to see this city grow. And I definitely think that this is a place that a lot of people are going to call home. You know what I mean?
True.
And I think the talent here is honestly very close to LA.
San Diego water,
I mean,
baby.
It's growing, and it's exciting to see. It just there needs to be a little more like support or like a couple more artists that pop off that are from here
True.
to like really solidify it. Like Susan just popped off. You know what I mean? It's like FOMO's right there.
Yeah.
Burko is doing big shit right now.
Facts.
We got ISO and Knock 2.
MK, ISO, Knock 2.
Those boys are
like,
throwing down for the city.
Smashing.
yeah, on the trap side. So it's, I mean, you got in the next 10 years, like those guys keep doing what they're doing. Like it's going to be a hotbed.
That's
it already
true.
is kind of a hotbed.
Very
I think
true.
obviously more people DJing and being inspired and producing, like it's going to grow like
Right.
anything else.
I'm not originally from here, but I've been out here for almost 2 years now,
Mhm.
right? And then I feel like even from that point to now, with like Nova popping off here, and
Huge.
then I feel like that has really just helped pop off the EDM scene at least.
Yeah,
100%.
we're getting on the map for sure.
Facts.
Well, look at New Year's. Look at the lineup.
Dude, Cross,
Crazy.
Yeah.
crazy.
That's huge within itself. And that's a big date, New Year's. I mean, they could play anywhere and they're playing here.
Cross has it dialed though, bro. They're doing 2 Cross a year. They're doing the day moves like 4 times a year.
Yep.
They're just like, yeah.
Now they got New Year's. This is the first time they've done New Year's, I'm pretty sure. Like,
I think so, yeah.
that's a big introduction. And
That
that's
is
bringing
big.
a lot of big talent, big names on such like a big weekend to San Diego. So, I don't know. We're in the works, bro.
So you know where we'll be for New Year's.
True. I mean, plus with like Wicked Warehouse and like, I can't really speak on like their partnerships or what they're doing, but I know that they have some exciting stuff coming. So like they're growing and there's always competition. You know what I mean?
That's
so it's
true.
like, that's a big spot that I feel like is putting a big footprint on like the underground. Because
Right.
like LA has such a powerful underground that like San Diego now is competing like 1,000 people on Halloween night. Like
Mhm.
that's crazy. That's a lot of people.
That is honestly.
That's tonight at the warehouse. 1,000 people.
1,000 people. Sold out. No
That's it?
ticket.
Oh, it's sold
They're
out already?
100% sold out. Yeah, no
Oh,
tickets at the
shit.
door.
Damn.
Well,
It's going to be sweaty.
it's gonna be sweaty.
I think they got AC.
Oh, okay. Well, that's no
much.
fun.
But the lasers though, the lasers.
Yeah, those lasers are gnarly. And they got that big like centerpiece in the ceiling, right?
Do they have a spot they do it at regularly, or they hop around from warehouse to warehouse?
No, it's
No,
one spot.
it's one-
Like it's a
really?
really nice warehouse.
Really, I've not
Yeah,
been.
air conditioned. It's like a full like a brand new warehouse. Like it's really
Yeah.
nice.
That's crazy.
Those lasers are gnarly though. The first time I saw that, and I saw it was like Oren. Oren posted
Yeah.
a video of it. I was like, "That's in San Diego. Like,
Oren
what the
is the
fuck
homie.
is that?" Yeah, it's the boy.
love Warren. Great dude.
Yeah,
I've only met him once, but
He just moved up to LA.
yeah,
Really?
Yeah.
Oh
he's
yeah.
an icon. He's doing his thing.
did you go to Icon?
I did.
Oh no way! How was
Yeah.
that?
I loved it. I thought it was a great experience. Like
Were you in school, like in class or online?
in class.
In class?
I was actually the first class back from COVID. So they were doing the whole online thing, and a bunch of my buddies that like I met out in LA were going there, and they
Nice.
were all online. And then we were the first class back. But
Cool.
like what I got out of that school and the mentors and like the relationships and the friends and like looking back on like what I'm able to do now and the speed of it versus like working on a track for like a month and not being able to dial it in and then like being able to like start and finish a track in a day now.
That's crazy.
And it's just like super grateful for like that opportunity, you know what I mean? And like I feel like a lot of people are starting to kind of like look at Icon as kind of like, oh, you don't need it. And it's like, yeah, you don't need it, but
Right.
like if you really put in the time and like the resources are there. So
Yeah.
I think I've been wanting to go to Icon for like 6-7 years.
Is that why you moved to LA?
Yeah.
Oh no way. Okay.
Who were your mentors? Do you have anyone cool or?
Ryan McCaleb. Are
Okay,
you familiar with him?
I'm not.
He's dope. He was homies and roommates with Io and
Oh, okay, cool.
Sam, Jaws, and Sudden Death, and Keizo, and all those guys.
So that's a really good mentor.
Damn.
Amazing. Like the engineering side, like that guy's on another level. And then Paul Lasky, techno guy.
Nice.
He was super dope with like melodic stuff. PD Clicks, the night bass guy,
Nice,
night bass
yeah.
king. Amazing like modular stuff and just like kind of creating different funky rhythms and sound design was just crazy with him. And then Mike Diasio, the guy that was like one of the 3 developers of Serum.
Oh, damn.
No way.
Yeah.
That's
And
crazy.
his sound design and everything was just like wild. Like day one, he's like, "You want to see some cool shit in Serum?" I was like, "Fuck yeah!" And he's like going in like a global, and he's like fucking with the width and all this stuff, and I'm just like, "What the fuck?"
Damn.
Sensei.
Yeah.
Dang, you got the fucking dream team of mentors, bro.
It really was. Like I got really lucky because like talking with some of my friends, like their mentors, like they're not too happy with them, and I feel like that was what really like was the cherry on top for that school program was the mentorship.
Yeah.
Like as much as you could sit in a classroom, like we only had 7 kids in our class.
Damn.
Yeah, we were a very small class, so we were very like in tune, but having the mentors to be able to like really dial stuff in and challenge you, and like you be able to pick their brain with like kind of having a little bit of knowledge going into the school.
Right.
That's really like what kind of made the experience so magical.
Dude, honestly, I can imagine with 7 students in a class, I feel like if there was like 30, you would get no like one-on-one.
Usually there
time,
is like 20 to 30 right now.
Really?
Yeah, but we were the first one back, right, from COVID, so like they didn't have a lot of people applying, and
That's
now
clutch.
it's like through the roof.
That's
Yeah.
clutch.
How long were you waiting like to get in? What was like your process on that?
So the whole process took about 6 years, just because like my parents allowing me to go when I was like 18 or something like that, and they're like, no, you have to finish college.
Yeah.
And I was playing like competitive college hockey at the time.
What?
Yeah, in Minnesota.
That's a sleeper little note right there.
Yeah.
What?
And so it's crazy because like got to the point where after the whole hockey thing, I was just like, I had to sit out because I transferred.
Yeah.
And I redshirted at ASU, and I was like, you know what, like I feel like I really just want to like put this time into music, because like I got some opportunities to like DJ in Arizona.
Yeah.
And that's kind of like the big reason why I transferred, because I was like, music started to like music's been a thing my whole life. You know what I mean? Like I'm not classically trained, but like I grew up playing piano, saxophone, like I played the drums.
Sax is sick.
Yeah, I was in the
yeah, that's the one instrument I want to. Well, that and the piano too. So
piano is amazing. Like we had a piano growing up, so like I was never classically trained, but I always kind of just like fucked around with the piano. And I was in like elementary band, like jazz, and it's just like kind of nothing. It's like people don't really know that about me, but it's like music's been a thing my whole entire life.
Dude, this is like the first person I've ever met that was in band and jazz,
bro.
and played hockey and is a DJ.
And it's crazy because like
Sick.
I remember the exact like time when I lived in Jersey with my dad. It was 6th grade. We went to Guitar Center, and I wanted it was the Red XZ or the RX, the Pioneer. And I was in 6th grade, and he's like, "No, I'll get you a drum set." I was like, "I don't want a drum set."
It's pretty sick though, drum set.
Yeah.
And I
got a drum
lessons,
set. I
everything.
fucking
Like,
love that shit.
I'm not good at drums anymore, but like having that experience, just like there was always instruments in my house. My dad had an organ, so like
Damn.
there was always the inspiration of music, and
Right.
like they supported me in whatever my adventures or endeavors were. So like we would always go to the music store, and it's just like for me it was a way to kind of cope and just get away. Like when I was stressed out, like piano would just relax me.
Dude, I bet. That's the sax and the piano would probably gotta be like the sexiest instruments.
And I didn't like I would teach myself off YouTube. Like I would watch YouTube.
That's how I learned how to DJ, bro, and everything, bro. Just
But I didn't like learn music theory. I like put little stickers on all the keys.
Yeah.
And I would number them, and then I would watch like when it comes down, there's like the notes, and then I would write down on a script like. It was the dumbest thing, but like
No,
I
I've
was
seen
like,
that
if I just
before.
learned music theory, it'd be so much easier. But I honestly learned by ear.
Yeah.
So I was playing piano by ear, and I couldn't read music, but I was able to play. And like at Icon, we did ear training, and I feel like ear training now is like, that's like diminished chord because it sounds all dog.
Damn, you got it like that?
Yeah.
That's crazy. That's impressive.
yeah, bro.
Now you're able to just crank out tracks though. I've
Yeah,
noticed you've had like
super
what?
blessed.
2 releases this last month?
Within the last like 2 weeks, because we dropped it on the 30th with Casaluna, and then Hood Polly on the 21st, so like 20 days apart.
Damn.
Yeah.
I saw that the one you dropped with Casaluna was the Ecstasy song, right?
Yep.
That song, I had it before it dropped. Slaps.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Slaps. That's a banger track.
I feel like that was kind of the turning point in my sound, because like I've always kind of wanted to lean more into like tech house, you know what I mean? Like I did bass house for a while, and with like the super anthemic build-ups and all this shit, and like the breakdowns were kind of slower.
Right.
and like spending a lot of time in the warehouses and the underground and the clubs in LA for the last year and a half, like people want to dance. You know what I mean? I think the most important thing is like being in the crowd and experiencing it rather than being like backstage most of the time. Because like Susan, whenever we go out, we're always in front row. You know what I mean? Because you get to experience it, then you take mental notes, and it's like, well, wait, I want to keep on dancing. Why'd the drum stop?
I feel you.
Especially with that guy, bro. He's there to party. He's there to rage.
So like then you're producing a song and you're like, well, maybe I shouldn't take the drums out here and I should keep the groove going. Yeah. Because then like people want to keep dancing. So that's when it kind of shifted from like bass house to like what I call bass tech, essentially.
Dude, let's dive into that. How do you describe bass tech?
I honestly feel like Matroda is the best example of bass tech. Yeah. Or like San Pancho.
Yeah.
Like those guys have that grit to it, but it's not the whole entire song. You know what I mean? It's like you have that 2 to 4 bars of like really heavy, dirty sound design because people want to get down. They like a little bit of grit and like get dirty, but like it's like with taste and flavor. You know what I mean? So like the whole, you take like tech house drums essentially in the structure with 2 to 3 drops, and it's a non-stop rhythm and bass line throughout the whole entire song for the most part. And then you just have like some dirty sound design, and like people call it bass house, but I mean, it makes sense, but like there's a new wave of bass house, and it's not the bass house that's like
bass tech.
Yeah, I like bass tech. I feel like that's definitely spot on with Matroda's sound because there's not really a way to describe it other than that, you know?
That is bass tech in my opinion. Like you look at bass house, like who are the kings of bass house? You got Dr. Fresh, Drezzo, who's
AC Slater,
Chami.
like
Jaws,
Wax Motif. I feel like started with bass
Wax,
house.
yeah. Who's
Forbes?
Yeah. who's the one guy? Joyride's unbelievable.
Joyride,
amazing producer, and it's like those guys are bass house.
Right.
That's bass house.
Right.
Ghastly bass house.
Ghastly
like 2016, 2018, like
F-word
Jaws,
bass house.
Abstract for sure.
Yeah, that's a good one.
And see, like, there's not a lot of guys really doing bass house anymore. Like Dr. Fresh, Abstract, and there are only a few guys. Like AC Slater's kind of leaning away from it a little bit, but it's
Steady
like
Cam.
you kind of have to adapt with where the scene is going, and I think
very true.
Bringing what works in tech house is like the constant rhythm in the club, like and I mean that's the best way to put it. Is like you look at people starting future rave. Future rave is just like electro house,
right?
With like different drums or like maybe a different bass line. It's all big room influenced. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it's like because you can't be like, oh, Drug from God is bass house, because it's not. But Beatport calls it bass house.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
True.
So it's like you compare that to like Abstract, there's 2 completely different genres.
Yeah.
That's a fact. That's a big fact. I feel like since I started fucking with you and your music and shit, I feel like you got that signature sound down though, which is pretty sick.
Yeah. Thank you. I honestly like, it's exciting because for the past few years, it's not been a matter of trying to find my sound. It's been a matter of like dialing in the production,
right?
Yeah.
And like learning how to really get what I want to sound like, rather than just like, oh, this sounds cool. It's like, no, I want it to sound exactly like this,
right? And
then being able to have like the whole track sound organic and natural and like flow, right? And that's especially with the sound design and like reverb and dialing. Like reverb is what makes your shit sound professional. Like you get that dialed in, your track will sound nuts. And now
I'm writing it down. Don't worry.
And I feel like now with where I've been able to progress over the last 2 years, like now it's like, okay, let's find my sound.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like what drives me, what makes me excited. Because like when I make sets now, it's like there's certain songs I don't even want to play anymore. Because it's like it doesn't align with like my energy or like my power of like, I want to play a song. It's like, I don't even like this anymore. And
that's fair.
You know what I mean? Like,
that's smart to know though, you know, like to use that to your advantage.
Yeah.
Like not a lot of people are capable of doing that or think about that at all. I want to make music
that like I'm going to want to play in fucking 4 years from now.
Yeah.
Because like
some timeless.
I feel like I'm kind of like I have 25 songs in my record box that are all original.
Hell yeah.
But out of those 25, I only played 12.
How many do you have on like on Dispos and stuff?
Like out?
Yeah, like on Spotify and everything.
I think like 12, 14 tracks, something like that.
It's a good chunk.
Yeah.
It's a solid chunk.
But like it's really kind of, I would say, once I moved to LA, I put out Mean Something, and then got into that label deal with Level,
Okay.
which is ending this month. It was a 1-year deal. And I feel like that's when it kind of started to shift from like the big room electro house, because I was doing like electro house at the start. It started to shift, and then went to G house, and then from G house and bass house, like kind of the balance between those two. And then from there, I was like, let's make it a little more techy. So it's bass tech now.
Here we are.
There you
Yeah.
go.
I feel like you like the flow though from that. It's like it's smooth, it's natural, you know.
I did focus on that.
Really?
Yeah, like
that's good.
I kind of looked at the next 12 months, like it was last January or whatever. Might have been before that. It was way before that. It was like August or October of last year. And I had like, say like 30 different ideas or tracks that were done. And I was like putting dates of like, okay, this will be June, this will be July. Cause like the label I was with gave me full reign to like release whenever I wanted.
That's it.
And they kind of let me deal with the branding. So they were just kind of more of like an investor.
Right.
In sense with distribution. And so I learned a lot on like releasing records, promoting records. Like now, like with working with certain labels, it's like, okay, what are you putting into the track and how? Like if you're doing playlisting, I don't want playlisting. Like I'm just going to run ads.
Yeah.
So it's like that gave me an experience to learn so much about like running releases, to where it's like, I do want to start my own label at some point when I have a platform.
Dude,
and like the funds, because there's certain ways to do it. So it's like having all these records and like seeing, okay, last year I made like a bass tech song. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's like, well, I can't put this out right now because it'd be a complete fucking switch up.
Yeah.
And people would be like, wait, what the fuck? So I felt like planning out the next like 8 to 12 months of releases, because it's like, I want to get here. How can I get there without people being like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and I feel like that's so important, because like you said, over time, like you kind of slightly start to implement, like in Ecstasy, the second drop has some like 303 sound design.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So it's like that
Sick.
that acid sound design a little bit, kind of.
Yeah.
And then I have some stuff in the pipeline that's straight acid. Well, it's not straight acid. It's like bass tech with some
acid.
Warby sounds. But like, it's kind of like teasing some sounds, and then like the next song, it's like, okay, full on.
Boom.
Yeah.
I like
Dude,
that.
That's tight. I'm telling you, bro, the flow, it seems natural. It seems perfect, bro.
Thank
It's
you.
dialed. Let's talk about, I know you said you're coming out of a contract with the label soon.
Mm-hmm.
What does like a 1-year contract with the label look like? Like, what do they expect from you? What do you get out of it? What do they get out of it? How does that dynamic work?
I mean, every deal is different. My deal was actually kind of crazy, and I was super blessed. Like, I think I was in a 60-40 or a 50-50. I think it was a 60-40 or 70-30. I forgot. It was a 70-30 in my favor.
Oh,
Okay.
what?
Yeah, so they only took 30%, and it was a 360.
Meaning,
Like, I couldn't release with any other labels.
oh, shit,
Okay.
okay.
So they gave me like a monthly stipend. So like, and I got like a house out, like not a house, but like an apartment. So they like paid the down
Damn.
payment, and then like I was out of that monthly stipend that paid for food and like living, and then per song I was getting like $15,000 for.
They would pay you out?
Well, that was for like marketing,
Oh,
promo. So like,
Oh, wow.
I had social media manager at the time. Like I had a normal manager at the time. And then I was kind of like working on running ads or like influence campaigns. And like, that's what gave me so much opportunity and like to learn the process on my own. Like I had my manager, but I was kind of like directing a lot of it, because I like to be like super hands-on.
Right.
And it was cool because it kind of gave me the free reign to like try new things. You know what I mean? And like, obviously not everyone is able to like be in that situation, because they have label execs or like marketing teams. So like, I felt like that was super unique and like super grateful to have that opportunity, because like I was able to take X amount of dollars and kind of be like, all right, we're going to put like $3,000 into Facebook ads. And then we're going to do like $1,000 in like assets. So like cover arts and videos and all this stuff. So then it's starting to build the branding, you know what I mean? And like, I feel like the branding is so important, and like having a consistent sound, but also having consistent like image and colors and look, and like, there's so much that goes into it, you know what I mean? And it's crazy because like I feel like not a lot of people really talk about branding, and it's kind of like black magic, really. Like people are so focused on like making music, but it's like, what's your brand?
It's true.
Yeah.
That's
Because
true.
like at the end of the day, like you look at Diplo, like he doesn't have a sound.
Right.
He has a brand.
That's very true.
That's how you
feel
stay
like-
relevant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Build a real fan base. Like look at Sudden Death. If it's Void. Shit's crazy.
That is crazy.
But the branding is on point.
I feel like that's half the battle though. Like once
Yeah.
you make the songs, like that.
70% of the battle. I would
Yeah,
say branding.
true.
Yeah.
Because anyone, and you got so many amazing producers in the world. Think about it.
Right.
There's so many people that make music. It's
But
like
now
what
it's like-
separates you from the other producer that's probably better, honestly.
That's true. It's the Brandon.
Yeah. Having a personality too. That sells. Look at Fisher. He's just a fucking walking party, dude. And
Facts.
It's so true.
it sells.
Dude.
That's more than half the game, you know?
That's so true.
Keep your eyes out for a Forbes. What would you call the record label?
Which one?
If you were to start a label?
I was kind of throwing some names around. I haven't like landed on something, but they're like hectic.
Hectic?
Yeah, with like
I like that.
K's, like HEK or HETK.
Oh, yeah.
Damn. Okay.
Or HEKTEK.
Where did Forbes come from? How'd you get that name?
That's my real name.
You're lying,
No, I swear to God.
bro. Pull out an ID right now. Are you for real?
Yeah, I swear.
Your parents named you Forbes.
My dad named me Forbes.
That's pretty gangster, not gonna
My
lie.
mom
as
was going to
fuck.
name me like Yusef.
My mom named me fucking Edgar, bro. It's tragic. Damn. Soul's real name is Forbes.
Toss that.
That's crazy.
The Arizona ID. Looking like a baby.
Dude, that's
The
Whoa, how do you
that's
how
the
do you
sickest-
pronounce your last name?
Boshai.
What are you?
Polish.
Oh.
Polish.
Yeah.
He's him.
I've always thought about like sampling like polka music.
That'd be
Dude.
hard.
You gotta try it at
No one's
least.
done that, bro. You gotta do
I
that.
grew up with like a really big family. I still have a massive family, but like we would always go fishing in Minnesota and with all the guys, just guys trip ever since I was
Dudes.
like 5. And we have a pontoon with like 12 moutons.
What are those?
Mouton is like a goofball. It's like a Polish term for like like guys that are just idiots. Just a bunch of
What is
fucking
it?
Just goobers.
just stupid ass goofy like they're family, but they're just goofy.
What's the
Like,
word?
what did I say?
Moof.
Mouton.
Mouton.
Yeah, a mouton, like a goofball.
I'm changing your contact,
like
bro.
one of my
Yeah.
one of my cousins would jump in the lake with like work boots on, not realizing
What?
like he's gonna sink.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
So it's like that, like they're goofballs. But like
Moutons.
growing up in that, like you got all those guys fishing and they're playing polka music on the boat, and
Yeah.
everyone's snagging lines and yelling at each other, and it's just like, what the fuck?
That sounds lit.
great.
That
So
sounds like a
much
good-ass
culture and
time.
so much fun, but at the same time, like that polka music, dude, it's the accordion, like
Yeah.
it's just like, oh my god, turn this shit off.
Polka King
Bro,
in the
make it
Midwest.
happen, dude.
Hmm?
That could be it. Make it happen.
I feel like some
At least one track.
some sound design, you know what I mean? Like find some inspiration, and like
You gotta stick to the roots, bro.
that's so true. Look at Dioro, man. He's killing the fucking South America.
Dude, the Latin culture, the Latin sound, he's got it dialed, bro. There's this
Look
fucking
at Bad Bunny, bro. This shit's crazy.
Oh, that
Bro.
for one. That for one.
Yeah.
Everything.
You get like a
He is him.
full
He's
culture.
him.
You get like support. Like, dude, it's crazy. Like I look at my discography. Like, there's a lot of like Brazil. Like, you know what I mean?
Brazil sick.
Yeah.
Dude, I was about to say, you know La Chona, the Mexican banda song?
Yeah.
Like La
If I
Chona
heard
se
it,
mueve.
probably yeah.
You know it for sure. Dioro just did a collab with that band, Los Tucanes de Tijuana. Which
Uh-huh.
You guys probably have no idea, but
No, I know who that is.
it's fire.
Some Spanish tech house.
Yeah.
He it's like a house, like it's like a Spanish banda into house song.
That's
Honestly
fucking dope.
slaps.
So you got to get a fucking polka band and just jive out with
Make it
them,
happen,
dog.
bro. One studio sesh, game over.
Yeah. Just tease it.
Funny because
Tease it.
my uncle is like an amazing musician, and he actually plays the accordion.
That's fucking lit.
Hey, what's up, Unc?
And he's in a band in Texas, and they play like the honky tonk, like big ass
Oh.
fucking shit. So it's like he comes out with this big accordion, and it's like he's been doing this his whole life, and it's now cool because like being able to like relate with him as an artist as of recently, like because where everything's been going, it's like now music's my whole life. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
he's like been doing this shit his whole life, and he's
Yeah.
like now we're talking about like SSL channel strips and like mic mods and like all this shit, and he knows what the fuck he's talking about, and had classes like in full on studios.
Yeah.
So we were learning like the consoles and everything, and being able to have like a conversation with one of your family members that knows more than you about that shit. It's like, wait, what the hell?
That's dope, though.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah,
I'm sure he
yeah.
respects the fuck out
Oh,
of you for that
100%.
too.
He's
you know?
like, okay, you know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I was like, a little bit.
That's a cool little bonding moment.
Full
you know?
circle.
100%.
Let's talk about, I noticed in the last couple shows I've been with you, I've noticed a significant amount of jerky sticks, beef jerky sticks flying around.
What?
I'm not lying to you.
Yeah.
What's that about?
Wait.
Is that like on your rider or what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking bro, you literally walked past me at the warehouse and just like you're like, just take it. Just take it.
Yeah. I mean, I've always loved beef jerky. And it's like, why not put some fucking beef jerky on your rider? And like,
This is valid.
Dude,
Here's the
Buddy's
thing,
rider
though.
is just beef jerky sticks, tequila. That's
yeah, it is. And like, press seltzers.
There you go.
Have you tried those? They're
Nah.
amazing. I'll put you on. Go to
Press?
Target. Press.
All right.
Pomegranate. And they're like a little flat. They're like carbonated, but it's not like,
Super
Okay.
bubbly.
yeah, it's so
Yeah.
good.
It's got like the
Yeah.
little bubbles.
Yeah,
little
yeah,
fizzy.
yeah. But
Press?
no, I mean,
Alright, I'm
here's the
gonna check that
thing:
out.
is I swear by Trader Joe's, and they have $1 jerky sticks,
really.
jalapeno. They got
Oh.
whatever you want. They got salmon sticks. But the point being, the shit is fire, and it's no sugar.
No
Yep.
sugar?
That's a big.
Dude, so I actually brought you a gift here.
Oh, shut the fuck up!
This is a Chomp's jalapeno beef jerky stick,
That's
bro.
the exact one.
This is the one?
This is literally the exact one that I get. I fucking love it. I'm gonna eat
Where's
it all.
mine, bro?
Bro, I will tell you how I got that.
I'll give you some. I'll give you some. Don't worry. We're gonna
It was
share.
actually the last warehouse party we played together. I was DJing.
Is this
You're
from
like,
this
here.
one?
Yeah.
You kept it. You
You're like, here, eat this. I was like, no, bro. Like, he's like, dude, you better fucking take this right now. I was like, all right, I didn't know it was this pressing. Like, I'll take it.
Yeah.
I forgot about it, and there it is.
Banger.
You want to buy it?
Full service. Oh, fuck.
Take it back.
You guys
Pass it
can't
around.
talk
Here.
about it and not do
There
it.
you go.
Speaking of talk about it,
I'll try your beef jerky stick, bro. But
Check out-
someone's got to be talking, so.
check out my new release on Hood Politics last week. Talk about it with Brianna Grace.
There you go.
Amazing
plug.
vocalist, super low key, but she's next, dude. She's so good.
We're all just chewing, nodding
Right.
our head.
Harder,
not
harder
wrong,
than
bro.
shoes.
It was pretty good.
They
That's
got
pretty
like a
fire.
little spicy kick, but it's not like spice. It's like a little tang.
Yeah, just a little
Flavor.
taste, a little flavor.
Enjoy that, bud.
Thanks
Thanks for coming through, man.
Yeah, I appreciate you.
Thank you for having me.
What's up next for the Forbes project? What do you got in the pipeline?
So I have a track called Ibiza. It's funny because one of my friends FaceTimed me, and he was turned, and he was like, "Yo, like, what if you do a song, Ibiza, like Ibiza this, Ibiza that?" And I was like, "Oh yeah, it's kind of cool." Like,
It's spice.
Too spicy for that guy.
there it is.
Yeah.
It'll sneak up on you.
Yeah, a little spice pocket.
And so one of my friends, Vanna, who's an amazing vocalist, been trying to work with her forever. She does like full on top lines. She comes through and she's like, I only have like 30 minutes. I was like, I need 5. She goes in the studio, records like 4 layers of Ibiza this, Ibiza that. I
No
beat the
way.
beat and I bring it back.
Sick.
That's
And that was it. And she's like, that's it. I was like, yeah. She's like, okay, now what? I was like, I'm going to mix it and like produce a song around it. So that's like one of the first tracks I actually ever recorded vocals. Didn't have the idea. I had like drums. I built drums and then built the song that day.
Damn.
And then sent it to my buddy and he was like, yo. Like my buddy in Amsterdam, that taught me pretty much like so much of what I know today besides Icon. Like he was like, will you let me mix this? And he's unbelievable.
He mixed it down?
So he mixed it down for me and he sent me the project back. All he did was like throw utilities on all the groups and then slam the limiter and it sounded nuts.
Damn. Do you think, knowing like all you know about self-releasing and running ads yourself and promo like that, would you drop tracks independently if you, let's say you made this track for a label, they didn't fuck with it as tough as you did, would you be able to just drop that independently?
Oh, easy, yeah. The biggest thing why I try to stray away from that for the time being is just like the financial situation. So it's like if I don't have the money to properly push it
Yeah.
and give the track the justice and like especially like the platform it deserves, like I feel like it kind of is a waste. Like
Right.
as much as like you want to stay consistent, like you do want to make sure that you're pushing like that song, you know what I mean, to get to the people. And if it only does a couple thousand streams, it's like, yeah, you're staying consistent. Like some people are going to hear it, but it's like you want to make sure that every song is like pushing the envelope. You know what I mean?
Push P. So when you drop, we haven't had any songs dropped on a label yet. When you do they give you like a budget or like a stipend, like you said, to promote it? And then do they expect that in return, or how does that work?
It just depends, really. Like each label is different. Some labels, if you work with them, and like for example, Casa Luna gave me like a couple $1,000s, but they just gave me their credit card to put on like the ads manager.
Nice.
So then they could like watch and see. So it's like I'll be able to do that. So like we're still running ads with them, and like I'm managing the whole back end and on that, and like creating assets with my my artists, like my digital artists, and but then like some labels will be like, oh, we have our own promo,
right?
And I feel like you just got to be careful because like there is the whole situation with like playlisting and bots. You know what I mean? It's like everyone's been through it, everyone's experienced it. You know what I mean?
Facts.
It's like I had situations with the labels where songs were taken down because they were running playlisting. I had no control because it's like I wasn't in charge of any of that. So it's like then it gets taken down. It's like, why is my shit getting taken down?
Right.
And then you have to reach out to Spotify, and they're like, oh, there's like suspicious streams, and you're just like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? So it's like at that point, having the knowledge and the control and being able to be like, well, let's not do that. Let's do this because makes more sense. You might not get a ton of streams, but you're gonna get quality streams, and that's what's gonna hit the algorithm.
So now you recommend ads versus playlisting?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Nice.
Like, but what you do is you create your own playlist. So you create your own artist playlist. Like I started one, and
Forbes list.
Yeah, I put
fire.
Total. We have like probably $4,000, $5,000, $6,000 into it of ads.
Okay.
And we're at like 14,000 followers.
Oh, that's fire.
Yeah, and like I'm averaging about 400 streams a day on every song that's in there, like give or take, like depending where it is, obviously you get less, but I mean that's real genuine like streams, and you're in control of it, and you could pick on the ads, you could pick what countries you're targeting and cities, so it's like you could really dial it in and know exactly like where your fan base is and control it, you know what I mean?
Yeah, very true.
And then you could start to sell spots on it, which kind of gets to a point where it's like you kind of have to be careful because you want to keep it consistent and keep it like.
So I was about to say, is the whole playlist not just your tracks, right? It's like
no. So like I have 2 different playlists. So I'll have, or like 4 or 5, but I'll have the Forbes list, which is like 100 to 150 tracks, and I'll try to update that every week, and then like filter through. And what you do is like I'll put my song first,
right?
The one that I want to push, and then I'll do like 2 or 3 songs that are like the biggest songs, like Party Diva and like Fisher, like Yeah the Girls, and then the 4th song is your song again. Another one, and then 3 big hits again, and then one of your other songs. So every 3 to 4 songs in the playlist is one of your songs.
Sneak it in there.
Yeah, so you're getting probably like 400 streams, and then as you go down, it kind of like filters down. But like depending on how much money you're putting into it, like it's a way of sneaking your songs in, and obviously they're good enough to pull their weight. So that's kind of like a way of also like putting artists on the come up, like Vinny, like Freak On. Like I put his song second. It was a dope song, but I also want to show some love.
Right.
You know what I mean? And like we were out, and he was like, "Yo, thank you for the playlist." I mean, you do the math, like 4 times 3, that's 12,000 streams a month.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's a money ass strategy right there.
And that's free. Like he didn't have to pay shit. He got 12,000 free streams.
So why would you not sell spots on this playlist to other like up and coming artists?
Because then, I mean, I want to support the artist without having to be like, oh, pay for it.
Yeah.
If I do like the song, and it's like ETA, like he sent me the song, and I was like, this is dope, and I put it in the playlist. So it's a matter of like not kind of selling it off and just being like trying to profit off it. I feel like you're gonna get more out of it with good intentions of like just being a good person and like showing love to people. Like Susan has taught me so much, and I keep bringing him up because like he's a big mentor to me, and like he's always been there and like taught me so much, you know what I mean, and his energy and his vibes. And so it's like just giving back and like supporting smaller artists, like it'll all come full circle with like I want bigger artists to support me,
right?
You know what I mean? So it's like you do to others is what you'll get in return. So
That's a good ass point. DJ Susan, honestly, since we had the episode, 2 weeks ago?
Yeah.
I feel like since then I've been walking around different, just like extra inspired, extra motivated.
Yeah.
That same feeling where like you want to give back because you know you got to pay it forward, you know?
yeah, and I mean, like, the crazy thing is I could call him anytime and he'll answer most times. But like, I've been going, like, this last year has been the highest highs and the lowest lows. You know what I mean? Like, I've been going through some crazy shit, and not a lot of people know that, but like, he's someone that I can call, and like, his energy and just like being able to like be there. You know what I mean? And that's so important. It's like, I owe him a lot of credit and like respect, because in situations where I'm super down and just like frustrated, it's like he's inspired me to like push the boundaries.
Right.
Because like, I wasn't really happy with what was going on with like my team or my management at the time. And he was like, fuck that. He's like, go do it yourself. He's like, go make the connections, be a people person, be a good person, like go out, support other artists. And it's like, ever since I was stopped worrying about what other people were doing for me and what I can do for other people, and like, it comes back. You know what I mean? Like, I've been able to really connect with more people in the scene and like focus on just building those relationships.
Right.
You know what I mean? And that's what,
It's huge.
at the end of the day, like, you got to help other people, because people are going to help you, and that's the only
Right.
way you're going to
Yeah.
succeed.
What
in this
comes around
industry.
goes around.
Yeah.
That's a fact. Dude, great fucking stand-up guy right there, DJ Susan.
Yeah. Shouts out.
Big
Love that
shout
guy.
out.
I think he's in Portland this
Yep.
weekend.
Fools
Little promo.
everywhere.
That guy is everywhere.
Fools everywhere, bro. Dude, I'm glad we got to make this happen, bro, honestly. I'm stoked. You're playing tonight with Broken Future,
Yes, sir.
Disco Lines,
Yep.
Halloween, Wicked Warehouse.
Yep.
There it is.
You wearing a
Lasers.
costume or what?
I am. I don't know what I'm going to be yet. I went I went shopping, and the lines in LA were like down the block, and I was like, I'm not doing that. So last night I was a
Yeah.
porn star.
Nice.
Yeah, I printed with my girlfriend has like a little screen printer thing, so like I printed a Browser Bros and wore a cowboy hat and had
Nice.
the mustache and
The mustache.
this like silky like black jacket, and then
The little wiggle.
dude, everyone knew what I was. They looked at the shirt, they're like, ah, that's smart.
So it sounds like you got your costume for today too then.
There you go.
I gotta figure it out. It's gotta be something like, I kind of want to either be an old man and do like makeup and shit to where no one knows it's me.
That would be hard.
Uncle
Just
Drew.
rip the decks as an old ass man.
That'd be hilarious.
Like, I did that back in high school, and I won the like high school like costume competition. I went full like makeup, everything, walker, like staff was coming up to me like, sir, like, are you okay? Like, are you lost? Like, they genuinely thought I was an old person. Like, I had the voice and everything, and Johnny Knoxville does that shit. And you
Yeah, bad grandpa.
you see all these people now, like snowboarders and shit, like going
Yeah.
down the hills, and they're like doing crazy tricks. And everyone's like, what the fuck? So that would be funny. I don't know if I have enough time to like pull it together for tonight,
I
but
feel you.
I don't know.
That'd be a good promo too. Just to have like just a good little recap.
An
Who
old
the fuck
man
is
just
this
like
guy?
pulls up and starts like ripping the decks.
That'd be hard. Honestly, I feel you. Though. I went to the Spirit Halloween joint today too because I need a costume for tonight.
A lot of people.
Crazy.
Was there a
lines.
line?
Yeah, it's fucked.
Why do they do the line?
What do you mean? What are they? Because now there'll be 1,000 people in the fucking.
Oh, is there that many people trying to go get a costume?
I mean, bro.
Yeah,
everyone's gonna
shit
wait till
gets
last
packed
second
out.
for sure.
Yeah, that's true.
Here we are, no costume. But, dude, we appreciate you coming through, bro. All
Thank
the
you
insight
for
you
having
shared,
me,
man.
seriously.
Dope shit. We're stoked to have connected with you this year. I'm excited for what you got in store. That Forbes sound, you got it dialed, bro.
Thank
Yes,
you.
sir.
Bangers.
Is that cool if I give you a little preview of the Ibiza song?
Dude, please.
Fuck
Should I
yeah.
play it off my phone?
Throw it on your phone.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
We'll throw,
Just
do you
throw
want to
that
play it
bad
for
boy
them
on the
too or
speaker,
not?
Yeah.
Hmm?
Do you want to play it for these guys or what? Like with the viewers? We'll
Yeah,
throw
let's
the
do it,
sound
for
over?
Sure, that's
Yeah.
the whole point.
Let's go.
Put that bad boy up to the mic.
Let's.
They don't care about you. It's for them.
I mean, we're all the same. We're all listeners. I'll skip to like the good parts.
Let's just clear that Forbes. You fucking bass right there.
A piece of that.
So you wrote the lyrics?
A piece of this. A piece of this.
My buddy wrote the lyrics, and then
A piece of that.
he does not have credit, but I'm gonna give him credit because that shit's fucking fire. But check
Damn.
this.
And make it back. And make it back. And make it back.
Holy shit.
Yeah, what
the fuck?
Just
to the build-up?
scrubs.
Damn.
I'll be the beat and bring it back.
Hey.
So it's kind of got like some of that 303 acidy sound design in there,
Yeah.
but it's also kind of like I drew a lot of inspiration from like I call it sexy house.
Sexy
So
house.
it's kind of like it's all tech house, but it's like the Shipwreck or like Malp,
Yeah.
Okay.
even like that odd harmonic wonky kind of like Wet, the song Wet that was like 2019 or
Yeah.
2020. Wax Motif, I think it was.
Yeah.
Or no, it wasn't. Was it?
Yeah, it's
No, I think it
wax.
was.
Was
Yeah.
it? Yeah. So it's like that sexy, like kind of like sound design, but then I threw in some of that like gritty 303. So that one's definitely kind of a hybrid. Like,
That's certified,
sick.
bro. That's a banger.
thank you, appreciate it.
We'll see it next year.
I'm gonna
on
like
The Ride.
rip that off of the clip and I'm gonna play it out. Don't worry.
I'll just send you.
yeah,
I'll send you
for
the
sure.
file.
I'll hit you up.
This guy, he shares the tracks. It's fire.
I want everyone to have the.
We love
tracks.
that.
We do love that.
We love a good guy.
We love more of that.
Good ass dude.
My guy, appreciate you coming through, bro.
Thank you for having
Any
me. seriously.
last notes you want to give out to these viewers here?
Honestly, like if you haven't heard my music, go check it out. I honestly appreciate and love all the support, you know, and I do this for the love of music, and I just want to continue to send good vibes and good energy and inspire the youth and continue to like build the culture of music, you know, and like it's exciting to see cities grow like San Diego. So it's like being able to spend all that time in the studio and by yourself, you know what I mean? Like, and then go out and like see people excited and inspire them and like see everyone smile. Like, there's nothing else that can like compete
Facts.
with that or
Yeah.
compare with that. you
No
know what I
better
mean?
That's a
feeling.
fact.
Especially when people come up to you and they're just like so excited. And like, I feel like I'm a nobody. Like, I'm just a guy, you know what I mean? Like, I'm just making music. And I, like, someone came up to me at a fucking Dombrowski show and they're like, "Are you Forbes?" And I was like, "Yeah." They're like, "Dude, I love your music." I
That's
was like,
fire.
"Dude, that means
Gratitude.
so much to me." Like, dude, like, thank you.
Super
You know what I mean?
reassuring.
That's sick. Bro.
And that person, like, being able to have a conversation with that person, like, that person's gonna even be more inspired and like in love with my stuff because
Right.
like I gave them the time of day, but they're also giving me the time of day.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's like you look at big artists, like the ones that are on their shit and like super grateful, and like you talk to them and they speak to you like a human. Like, we're all just people.
Just like just
Yeah.
another,
So it's
just
like
another homie here.
Then you have so much more respect for that person.
Damn.
It goes a long way.
Keep your eyes out for the man Forbes with the sexy house, the deep sexy house.
Polka remix coming soon.
The bass.
Check them out. Hopefully on Thrive next year. Hopefully, we're convinced, bro.
Yeah.
That song slaps.
Thank you. Thank you.
Appreciate you guys tuning in with us. Make sure you tap in with the boy Forbes here. See him tonight at Wicked Warehouse. We will see you guys next season. Actually, this is gonna be the last episode of the season.
Yes, sir.
We're
Wrap this shit up.
we're gonna wrap this shit up. This is the season finale. We're gonna have
We'll be
shit
back,
out for
though.
next season. Trust. Appreciate you guys tuning in with us, rocking with us. Much love. We'll see you guys soon.
Peace.
Peace.
Cue the breakdown. Cue the breakdown.